Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just the Flash in general. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time at the beginning of this video because there's a lot to go through, but in this video we're going to be ranking all the Speedster suits from the beginning of the Flash and just, I guess, the people that would occupy the Speed Force, if you want to call it. Now, of course, this could be arguably controversial in some areas just because you might be like, hold on, you put something at 18 that I would put at number 2. But obviously, it's just my opinion, and my opinion would honestly change from week to week. If you ask me next week, honestly, what was 15 could become 11, and what's 11 could become 13, and various things like that. But throughout the video, and once I reveal all the different, speedster things, let me know how you would rank all these. Let me know. I'm intrigued to see how you would rank these from 1 through to 20. Yes, there's 20 speedster suits. Now, I think I have all of them. I don't think I've missed out any. If I have, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll let you know, I guess, where I would put it. But I think I've got all of them. So, obviously, that's just how to do it. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, would be awesome if you go, drop a like on the video to show support. But yeah, the main thing is, let me know your rankings in the comment section down below. I'm intrigued. So we're going to go from best to worst. I think that's the best way to go about it. But obviously, this could maybe anger some people early on. So it's going to be interesting. So at number 20, we have The Rival. So he obviously appeared in episode 1 and 2 of season 3, the Flashpoint sort of arc, if you want to call it. Obviously, this was Edward Clarice, who became the rival in both things, I guess. Savitar made him, I think. Oh no, Dr. Alchemy made him, I think, in episode 2. Now, for me, it just honestly looks like dirty Play-Doh that was dropped on the floor and molded into a suit. I know people like it. I just never liked it. I even said back then it looked weird to me. Like the Rival in the comics is literally just like a dark Jay Garrick. It's like a Jay Garrick in shadows. And they went for like a weird design. It could have been better. Like the concept design for it is pretty cool, but I think because it was only going to be used in 2 episodes, they just, didn't invest a lot of time and stuff in it. So, not the biggest fan. Number 19, might be controversial, but people might agree with it. Or people might even have put this as their last one, number 20, and that's the season 5 Flash suit. Like the body is the exact same as the season 6 suit with just like a couple of lines added to season 6. But the helmet really ruins it. Like on some angles it looks fine, but on some you're like, wow. And I understand why they did it. It's obviously for comfort reasons, but you can't go with it. So you can't put it any higher than that. Like honestly, I think it's probably going to be most people's bottom 2. Some people might have it a bit higher, but I think most people are going to have it towards the bottom. So yeah, number 19 for me. Number 18, this might be controversial, especially for the classic fans, but I've actually put the Earth 90 Flash. Look, it's cool. It's like retro and stuff like that, but I think in comparison to some of the other suits, it is really basic. This is probably, this arguably could be the most controversial one, me putting it this low. I just really couldn't put it any higher. I really couldn't, because I'm just thinking about like general design and stuff. I guess they go for that classic material. It's just 18 for me. I know people are probably going to hate that. That's probably going to be arguably the most controversial one, but I just couldn't put it any higher for some reason. It just was always sticking down the bottom. 17, this is weird because you're going to get some that are sort of like duplicates where it was a suit that then became another suit. But at 17, we have Trajectory, which was Eliza Harmon, I think her name was. Trajectory, which was like, she was in one episode, was taking Velocity 9. Was it Velocity 7 at that point? I think it might have been maybe an earlier version of Velocity. Anyway, she wore this suit, was a bit of a criminal, bit of an evil speedster for an episode, then burnt up due to overdosing on Velocity, and yeah, her suit was pretty cool, but then if we move on to number 16, that's Jesse Quick. Trajectory suit became Jesse Quick's suit, and they pretty much just added a lightning bolt symbol thing there. So Jesse Quick goes to number 16. I don't think you could really separate Trajectory and Jesse Quick too much because the suit is extremely similar outside the fact that the Jesse Quick suit has the lightning bolt. And once again, people might really like the Jesse Quick suit, but I put Trajectory at low because I think it probably deserves to be there. But Jesse Quick and Trajectory are just pretty much the same thing, so I couldn't really separate them too much. And at number 15, we actually have Speedster Iris. I think that's the best way to describe it because she didn't actually have a name, I think. So Speedster Iris, or Iris from Run Iris Run. It's pretty basic, but I think it's still a cool design. I think, and obviously it sets up another character, which we will eventually get to. They're not following up, so there's a bit of a separation here, but we'll give reasons to it. But yeah, I think it's for one episode thing. It looks pretty decent. I think Candice Patton wore it pretty well. And yeah, I think it looked okay just for a single episode. And number 14, this could be another controversial one, but I have my reasons, and that's Savitar. He was just a big hunk of metal. I did think the physical suit was ballsy. I think maybe they should have remained CGI because I think he looked cooler when he was CGI. There was only like a couple of scenes where I think it was better that he was physical, and that's like when he approaches Wally in the alley and stuff like that. But Savitar to me he was pretty cool, but like I just think the design was just it was okay. It was okay. I think it was more just like the potential threat, and I think he looked better in CGI than he did in real life. And I think we technically have to base the suits off real life. So the fact that they went for a real life one makes you base it off that, and it was just okay when it came to that. Number 13, we have Kid Flash. I think when we first got it, it was really cool, but especially when you see it now compared to the Flash Season 6 suit, you're like, wow, that really doesn't look good compared to Barry's new suit. Really needs an upgrade. It's really dated. It just looks not that great anymore. So if we were doing this ranking a couple of seasons ago, it might be higher, but I think now, just because especially how we saw it this season, it needs an upgrade. Yeah, it's okay, but it could be better. And number 12, we have the real Jay Garrick. So the one that John Wesley Shipp plays. I like the suit. You know, we don't see it too much now. Obviously, Jay Garrick's technically retired, so we only got it a couple of times. But I still think it's pretty cool. I like the color scheme. I do like the big lightning bolt in his chest and everything like that. Yeah, it's solid. Not much really to talk about. We'll talk about another Jay Garrick soon. But this it's pretty good. It's decent. At 11, we have the follow-up from Speedster Iris, and that's XS, or Nora West Allen's suit. Now, the reason that there is a bit of a difference is because they actually did change a decent amount compared to like what Trajectory to Jesse Quick was. So not only did they add like the XS symbol, which is very cool from the comics, but they add that all like the little detailings, like the Speed Force symbols down Nora's side, and I think her pant legs have it as well. It's got better pants, it's got better boots, better gloves. She has like the gauntlets and stuff like that. Just the overall suit got a massive upgrade from when Iris wore it. And obviously it's because it's from the future. It's been like upgraded in regards to futuristic stuff. And even Nora's mask is better. Like it has even like more detailing. So there's just more detailing to it. So when you compare like the upgrade from Trajectory to Jesse Quick, it wasn't that big, but the upgrade from the Speedster Iris version to XS is much better. Now, once again, people might love the XS suit more. I just think there's other suits better than it. But I do think it deserves that spot, and I do think it's much more upgraded from the Speedster Iris suit compared to, you know, Jesse and Trajectory. And number 10, potentially another controversial one, and I think it's just more like nostalgia. People might have a soft spot for this one, and that's the Flash Season 1 suit. Like, it's a good suit, but it's the starting off suit. Like, it's really like the proto-Flash suit before we move on. Obviously, we have memories of it. We even saw it recently towards the end of Season 6 in like a flashback scene that was recreated. And it's always in the Star Labs Cortex now. It's always there. We know it. We're forever going to see that Flash Season 1 suit with the red symbol. So it's always going to be there. It's always going to be a constant reminder. Love the suit, but, you know, I can't put it any higher because there is just better suits. But yeah, speaking of the Flash Season 1, we move on to number 9, which is the Flash Season 2 and 3 suit. It's the same suit. There might have been like little upgrades, but in regards to overall design, it's the same suit. Like, there weren't, you know, in regards to canon, any changes to it. Obviously, it's just a Season 1 suit with the white emblem, which does improve it, makes it more Flash-like. I think there's like little improvements to the cowl and some other bits, but nothing that makes you go, oh, okay, they've completely changed the suit outside of the emblem. Not much to talk about because it's pretty much the same as Season 1, just with the white emblem, but it was cool to get that white emblem. Now, next up, I was torn between which one do I put first, this one or the other one, but I just went number 8 because we haven't seen it too much, and that's Black Flash. I just love Black Flash's look. I did prefer the way it looked at the end of Season 2 when Zoom gets taken by the Time Wraiths, because his emblem does turn white with the red lightning bolt, but when we see him in like Legends of Tomorrow and later in the Flash, it's just black with a red lightning bolt. So I would have preferred if they kept the white look that we saw at the end of Season 2, because I think it looked better. But overall, I think Black Flash's suit looks really cool, and like the torn cowl and everything, and just the way that Black Flash is. It's very scary, but very cool at the same time. And then obviously at number 7, I have Zoom. Zoom, just like the whole, like the grills on his face, he just looked like he was when he was a prisoner. Like, he's got like the whole Hannibal Lecter face mask on him and stuff like that. Crazy, just how the lightning flicked off him. Scary, but extremely cool at the same time. As you can tell, I was sort of torn. Do I do Zoom at 8 and Black Flash at 7, or the other way around? But I think Zoom deserves it more. I think Zoom deserves to be up there a bit more. And at number 6, just missing out on the top 5, we actually have Reverse Flash. Yes, once again, this could be a controversial one, but it's sort of similar to Kid Flash. I do think the suit is a bit dated, but I think they're stuck in a position where it's hard to upgrade him because he's from the future. So you can't really upgrade him now. They could potentially upgrade him, I think, when he comes back now, whenever he does come back, because technically that's a later version and one that's already comeback from the future, I guess, so they could upgrade him if they wanted to, which I wouldn't mind them doing, especially if he does become a season-long villain. But it is a bit dated. I still like it. I think it's actually aged fairly well, but it is getting to that point where it is a bit dated. I think the Kid Flash one is more dated, even though that was introduced 2 seasons later. But the fact that it's still number 6 and was introduced so long ago, I think speaks just to how good the suit was back then. So yeah, it might not be in the top 5, but it's still like a really cool suit. Now at number 5, just making it in, and this might surprise a lot of you, but I just like it because of its classic feel. That's actually the fake Jay Garrick suit. So the Jay Garrick from Earth 2, if you want to call it, the one we first saw that ended up being a time remnant of Zoom. I just love the look. It's like classic. It really fits that Earth 2 design. It feels like something that you'd expect, you know, the Jay from the comics and that JSA era to wear. And I just think like the whole helmet looks better on this Jay. Like when John Wesley Shipp got it and wore it as like the other real Jay Garrick, I don't think his suit worked amazingly well with the helmet. I think this other Jay Garrick one, the fake one, worked much better. I think like the helmet was designed to be on this suit. I just love it. I wish we'd seen it more. We only got to see it a handful of times, but every single time he wore it, especially that scene when like everyone else is on Earth 2 and he has to save everyone, like that building from, I think it was like a hospital collapsing or something. I love that scene. The suit looked really good in that scene. You might disagree, but it's just my personal opinion. And number 4, fittingly, is the Flash Season 4. Now, this suit was just... Now, this might be everyone's favorite Flash suit. I completely understand that, why it would be, because I think it's aesthetically, especially in its concept design, it's the best Flash suit. I think it 100% is. I think it's just really cool, like the color patterns, how the gold goes everywhere. I wish they made a new cowl, because the cowl is just the cowl from previous seasons, so the color doesn't really match that well. But it matches okay, I guess, but it could have been better. Could have been like a better red to match the suit overall. The biggest issue I have is that it's really baggy. It's a very baggy suit. And I wish it was just a bit more leaner, like a bit skinnier, just formed Grant a bit better. Even if you were like a really bulky dude, it would have still looked baggy just because of how the suit is. But it got so close. Like if it just wasn't as baggy, I think it would actually probably be number 1 in regards to this whole list. But that just brings it down a couple of pegs. So it's a really good suit, and I loved it when we first saw it, but just... yeah, the bagginess sort of brings it down a couple of pegs. But now we enter the top 3. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, who hasn't he mentioned? Who hasn't he mentioned? Now, some of you might already know who the top 3 are going to be, but you just don't know where it's going to be placed. So at number 3, even though I think he's only appeared on screen for literally about 15 to 20 seconds in total maybe, it's Accelerated Man. It's literally ripped from the comics. I just love the look. I wish we'd seen more of him. I wish he was actually introduced in a proper arc, because they went to the effort to make such a comic accurate suit, and it looks like time and effort went into it properly, and he's never been on screen for more than like 15 or 20 seconds. I wish we got more of him. Maybe we will. Maybe Eric Wallace is hearing. Maybe we need to release the Accelerated Man footage. Maybe we'll start that hashtag and send it to Eric Wallace. Get him in season 7 or something. But he's just very cool character, and I wish we'd seen more of him. And maybe that's to come. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think he definitely at least deserves to be in the top 5 because his suit is just so accurate. And here we go into the top 2. So speaking of accuracy, at number 2, we have a fairly new speedster to the universe, and that is Godspeed. Look, I have my issues with the character as a whole in regards to how he's written and everything like that, but his suit is so good, and I think we're going to see more of him because the suit is so good. Once again, similar to Accelerated Man, just ripped from the comics, outside of a few tweaks here and there, but that's just more to make it work better in live action as a proper suit. So cool. And as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the character as how he's written, but he's a cool looking character, and they really nailed it on the show. And I thought white costume would look stupid. Honestly, I thought it would. And then when you see him, you're like, okay, no, I was wrong. Count me wrong. That looks really cool. So Godspeed definitely deserves to at least be in the top 3, but I think he deserves to be 2 on my list. And at number 1, if you've been playing at home, you should be able to know what it is, and that's the Flash Season 6 suit. I think it's borderline perfection. I think it's just missing the gold boots. That's pretty much it. You might be like, oh, hold on, what about the Flash Season 4 suit? I think they're pretty much bordering in regards to how a perfect Flash suit could look. They are, just that the Flash Season 4 suit goes down in regards to the fact that it's baggy. If the Flash Season 4 suit wasn't baggy, I reckon we'd still have that suit on the show, and they would have added gold boots to that. So the Flash Season 6 is just an improvement on that. It fits Grant better. It actually looks like a suit that the Flash would wear. Really cool. They got the whole cowl thing perfect compared to well, let's be honest, the stuff up that Season 5 was. That's just the contrast. It's the same body outside of some detailing, but Flash Season 6 is number 1 and Season 5 is number 19. So that just shows you how much that helmet ruined the suit. I think Flash Season 6, for me, deserves to be number 1, but I can understand if you swapped around that top 4 here and there. But I just think it's number one. I can't wait to see what they do to improve it with the gold boots and maybe some other detailing here and there. But overall, it's my favorite. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your ranking from 1 to 20. Or from best to worst, or best to worst, you know, like 1 to 20. I will leave it copied in the description, in the comment section down below. So the top comment, the pinned comment, will be this list, so you can copy it and replace everything if you want to. So just look at the top of the comments and it'll be down there. And yeah, so let me know your list down there. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.